In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful techniques that you need to master as a business analyst, and that is facilitating workshops. If you've ever had to get a group of stakeholders aligned, workshops are where the magic happens, and that's why we're discussing them in today's video. My name is Olumide. I'm the business analysis coach. I hope you've subscribed to this channel. If not, please click on the subscribe button right now. Leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know that you're getting value from this. Also, if you'd like to get more of my training, head over to businessanalysiscoach.com. Now let's get into our topic for today, facilitating workshops. Let's begin by answering the question, what exactly is a workshop? A workshop is a structured session where you bring together key stakeholders like the customers, business users, tech teams, and you bring them together to discuss, brainstorm, and agree on requirements or solutions. So think of it as a focused meeting, but you have clear objectives and they are guided by the business analyst. How do you make the workshop happen? It starts with preparation. So let's look at preparation. This is where you begin by defining the objectives. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve with this workshop. Is it to gather requirements? Is it to validate a process? Or is it to prioritize features? You need to decide on what exactly that workshop is going to be for. Having a clear goal keeps the workshop on track. Next, you have to invite people. You see, you want to have the relevant stakeholders in the workshop, so you need to think about that very carefully. You don't want too many people or else it's going to be crowded and ineffective, but you also don't want too few people or else you're going to be missing out on critical perspectives. So generally, you want decision makers, people who can make decisions and probably approve things. You want end users because they are the ones who are familiar with the product. You also want subject matter experts because they have a good idea of what the solution needs to be able to do. Next, you have to prepare the materials. So you need to come up with an agenda, you need to come up with slides, you need to have sticky notes, you need to have a whiteboard if it's going to be an in-person meeting, or maybe a virtual whiteboarding software if it's going to be a virtual meeting. And then you need to think about the ground rules. You see, rules are important to ensure that the workshop stays on track. So for example, just one person should talk at a time, maybe no interruptions, and then of course, staying on topic. Those are some of the rules that you can come up with ahead of the workshop. And then on the day of the workshop, you would want to start with the introduction and also the agenda. Make sure that everybody knows exactly why they're there. You would also want to use workshop techniques like brainstorming, which would be helpful for generating lots of ideas. Process mapping, so that you can map the current state and the target state. And then you might want to use must-go prioritization as well. That helps you to know what is a must-have, what is a should-have, what is a could-have, and what is a wouldn't-have. When you're having a workshop, you should encourage participation. There's always a tendency for certain voices to be more dominant than others. You need to find ways to politely quieten the dominant voices while you encourage the ones that are not dominant, the recessive voices, to speak up some more. The key to this is politeness, knowing exactly how to do it. And that's a crucial skill for you as the one facilitating the workshop. And still on the conduct of the workshop, ensure that you capture everything. Use a scribe, so maybe a secretary, someone who's taking notes, or a recording tool so that no detail is lost. This is very important. And before you close the workshop, don't forget to summarize the key points and the agreements. Make sure that everyone is on the same page. And in fact, you can also do that apart from doing it at the workshop. You should also have it in writing after the workshop and send to the different participants to ensure that no one is misquoted or misrepresented. You should also agree on the next steps, so who does what and when. And finally, you should appreciate everyone who attended the workshop. Letting people know that you value their time goes a long way. So let's assume that you're working on an e-commerce app and you run a workshop that includes members of the marketing team, logistics, and the IT team. During this workshop, you map out the order process and you're able to identify the pain points with delivery tracking. You're also able to brainstorm solutions. Based on this, you are able to get an agreement from everyone that prioritizing real-time delivery updates is a necessary feature. And that's the power of workshops. You're able to move quickly, get consensus, and get approvals really quickly. Collaboration leads to quick clarity. We will continue discussing requirements elicitation techniques in the next video. I look forward to seeing you in that video. Don't forget that you can get more of my training on businessanalysiscoach.com. You would find certification courses. You would also find practical business analysis courses right there. So head over to businessanalysiscoach.com. My name is Olumide. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.